Hey folks, today I'm going to talk to you about a type of questions that are very, very, very common. The interview will give you something like, tell me about a time, blah, right? And that's a very open-ended questions, but those are sometimes kind of hard to answer because you weren't you weren't expecting to be on the spot to ask or to answer a broad and deep kind of question, right? It's not like tell me X and you give the answer, right? Those are somewhat easy in the sense that either you know or you don't, and you move forward. These are, first of all, you have to think about it, right? Unless you've already prepared in advance, which I'm going to do, I'm going to help you today. But these really put you on the spot, and then if you struggle with it, right? Then it looks bad, right? Because as you see in the questions, that these are things that you should already know about because these are things that have happened to you, or you have done something in based on your resume or your past roles and whatnot, right? So you shouldn't struggle with this. But myself included, people struggle with this because we haven't thought about these questions ahead of time. So today I'm going to give you top five. Tell me about a time kind of questions that are asked in a DevOps SRE interview. Before I move forward, please subscribe. When you subscribe, that gets me motivation to do more videos for you folks because then I know it's helping somebody. Okay, what are these? Not that one. What are these top five questions? As I've mentioned in another video, that the most common, you're almost guaranteed to have a question about a project, meaning, tell me about the project, tell me about your favorite project, tell me about your most impactful project. So you have to be always ready for that question to ask some at length, maybe 5 minutes about your favorite project, right? You should already know about that. You should have already thought about that. Second, there will be some kind of questions about conflict, either with your manager or with your peer, where we had to resolve some kind of human conflict, right? The interviewer here is looking for how you deal with not so positive situations, and we all have been there, so therefore you should have a good story about a case like that, and that will give the interviewer some idea about self-reflection and dealing with adversity or dealing with a difficult situation, stuff like that, right? Third one, tell me about a time when you failed. Very common, very, very common, right? Here, the interviewer is really looking for a sincere answer, not a fluffy answer that's wrapped up in some positiveness, right? The more sincere thing you can bring up in this as an answer to this question is better, because that makes you human, that makes you honest, that makes you secure about who you are, right? Um, the fourth one is how you troubleshoot a problem that was critical in production, right? Something to that effect, meaning something technical that you had to get to the bottom of and wasn't very clear at the beginning. How you got to the solution of the problem. Here, the interviewer is looking for your thinking. How do you go about solving technical problems, right? Last one I'm going to talk to you about is how you automated something in DevOps or SRE space, or remove toil, which is basically the same thing. Toil is a manual work that's done all the time, takes up a lot of energy, a lot of cognitive load, lot of energy. If you have been in DevOps, at some point you automated something, right? And especially you've been here for a while, you should have a good story about one automation that have solved some major toil problem. Something used to be manual, and you helped or you did yourself automate something that took away that manual work. That is what we do day to day as a DevOps SRE person, and therefore you should have a good story about that. Okay, I hope that was useful to you, and I will see you in the next video.